Going twice. You're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome today. Daily Devo. With your man, with your boy. PB. Also, Landon's in the house. Say hi, Landon.
Hey.
They're about some pretty cool videos. Check it out. All right, today, Book of Psalms is where we're going to be. Book of Psalms, chapter 68. Also will be in the book of 1st John will be there a bit. But today's title is Who Else? We've been going through this daily Devo talking about alone. Do you ever feel like you're alone? This COVID-19 coronavirus, Pastor Scott calls it the COVID. Cool beans. All right. Whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, do you feel like you're alone? For the first day, Monday, we talked about that you're normal. We got to seek out change. We got. I said, let's get it. We got to go after it. If we want to see something different in our happen in our life, we have to know that we're normal. Just because we feel like we're alone, it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Number 2, you're never really alone. Though you may feel that way, feelings lie to us. We might think there's a monster under the bed. We may feel like there's a monster under the bed, but guess what? There's really not a monster under the bed. It's just a feeling, right? But the truth is, we gotta base our feelings off the truth, and the truth is that God said, "I'll never leave you nor forsake you." That was Tuesday. Yesterday, Wednesday, the good kind of loneliness, right? We talked about solitude, and we need to find time. Jesus was always finding time, not because one of the disciples had bad breath, not because it was coronavirus and he had to get away from people, but he needed to spend time with God. He needed some solitude. He needed to spend time talking to his daddy. His daddy. That's what Zoe calls me. Zoe calls me daddy. But so today, boom, here we are. Who else? Who else? We've talked about how God is with you, the author of the devotional. So we've talked about how God is a lot about how God is with you. So no loneliness ever leaves you truly alone. We also talked about making the most of the loneliness, practicing or reviewing just like we did. Who can you think about today who's having a tougher time? How do we cope with this socially? How do we do this? How can we help ourselves? Think about this. Who can you think about that's having a tougher time than you? Think about that right now. Don't name their names. Don't type it in the chat or anything. But just think to yourself, who is having a harder time? Who's having a tougher time with loneliness than you? Now, I'm not asking you to compare your life to them. Get it in your mind. You got it in your mind. I'm not asking you to compare. But here's the thought for you. What can you do to help them? Oh, snap. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. The guy wrote it, not me. All right. That person you think is having a harder time than you, what can you do to help them? Listen to what Psalms 68, 5-6 says. It says this. It says, Father to the fatherless, defender of widows, this is God, whose dwelling is holy. God places the lonely in families. Listen again before I go any farther. Verse 6, God places the lonely. He sets the prisoners free and he gives them joy, but he makes the rebellious live in sun-scorched land. Guys, listen, I love it. God places the lonely in what? In places? No, it says in families, right? In our culture today, we say fam, right? What up, fam? How you doing, fam? How you doing, fam? Right? We're family, right? We want to be family. We're family. We're connected with somebody. We feel like we're a part of what's going on. How do you help somebody that's lonely? How do you help somebody that's hurting, that's in pain, that feels alone? God says, I'm going to place them in families, the lonely families. Find somebody. How can you place the lonely families? How can you help them? How can you help them? How can you reach out to them? How could you just check in on them and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? How are things going? Maybe it's more than a text message. Maybe it's like you're not even looking for a response. Just, hey, I just want to reach out to you today. Just want to let you know that I love you. Haven't seen you in a long time. Maybe don't say love you because maybe you're not to that level yet. You get what I'm saying? But maybe just say, hey, bro, I miss you, man. Hope you're doing. I miss seeing your face. I miss your face, bro. How you doing, man? What's going on? You need any help? Anything I can do to help you? Maybe FaceTime. Maybe you just say, hey, what's up? Just want to say hi. I hadn't seen you in a while. Maybe one of your best friends that you always saw at school, or maybe somebody you just hung out with, or somebody at church, or maybe it's even somebody in your family. FYI, all you children out there, it's Mother's Day this weekend. So make sure you do something for your mom. You at home, draw her a picture, make something out of some recyclable goods, do a science project, pick some flowers from the yard and bring them in. Do something for your mama. Your mama loves you. It's Mother's Day. Don't forget. All right. So we're helping other people. What's that got to do? If I'm helping somebody else that's lonely, how is that helping my loneliness? How is helping somebody else helping loneliness? All right. Sorry, all of you that are checking in on Instagram because I did not have my Wi-Fi on. So maybe it'll come back up. Anyway, how is helping somebody else helping me? How is somebody else helping me? Whenever we take our eyes off ourselves and focus on God's mission in the world around us, it tends to minimize whatever problems we're dealing with. If you're helping somebody else, it'll minimize the things. When we take our eyes off ourselves, that's the key right there. If you're taking notes, take your eyes off yourself. Take your eyes off yourself. I'm not saying it will be automatically cure whatever loneliness you've been dealing with, but it'll be a huge step in the right direction. That's what the author says. He gives us another scripture, 1 John 4:11-12. Dear friends, since God loved us that much, we surely ought to love each other. No one has ever seen God, but if we love each other, God lives in us. And his love is brought to full expression in us. So, who else, guys? Who else? Who can you reach out to today, right now? What can you stop right now? And who can you reach out to? Who can you give somebody a virtual high five? Who can you send an emoji, be like, what up, dude, bro? Yes. Hey, how you doing? Right? Reach out to somebody, ladies, fellas. It's about letting people know that they're not alone. So reach out to somebody. Who else today? Who do you know that's lonely? Who can you help? And as you help other people, as you take your eyes off yourself, be a blessing to somebody else. And in turn, that will help you deal and cope with what's happening in your life. Hey, guys. Peace. Landon, say peace. Peace. Whoop. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for coming out. Boom. Boom. Whoa, she was under 8 minutes today. I tell you.